Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Gotta excuse me, I got a little cold, but we gotta keep the videos going. Now, Joe Joyce was one of my favorite fighters. I still like Joe Joyce. He seems to be one of the good characters in the sport of boxing and at the heavyweight division. But something has gone wrong with Joe Joyce. In particular, I would say with his discipline when it comes to boxing and trying to be in his best form. Now, when he fought Zhilei Zhang in the rematch, Joyce came in, I think, alarmingly heavy, where a lot of people felt maybe he was coming in heavy so he could exchange with Zhang, maybe put it on Zhang, knock Zhang out. But what we saw was Joe Joyce, who's already a slow, plodding along George Foreman type fighter, but had great stamina. And he just wasn't able to get beyond Zhilei Zhang and his super hard shots, the left hand, right hook. But when you see him getting ready to fight this weekend, and his comeback bout to try to rebuild himself and get back on the road to glory, and then now he weighs in at a whopping career high 286.8 pounds, which is heavier than what he weighed in the rematch for Zhang. There's a lot of concern about him being used as a springboard for Kash Ali, who came into the fight weighing 238. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kash Ali is, Kash Ali has been around for a while. This is who he is. 21 wins, 12 KOs. He's had 2 losses. He stands 6'6", so he's just as tall as Big Joe. I think Joe's 6'7". But Kash Ali he's been active, but not as active as maybe he would have liked, because Kash Ali, I'm going to show you something here. When you look at Kash Ali, let's go down to David Price. Where is there? Okay, right here. For David Price, you see Kash Ali weighed 243. David Price weighed 252. But in this fight, Kash Ali lost by disqualification because he bit David Price. So he went a little bit crazy in the ring. But notice the weights now. 243, and 234, 229, 241, 235, 242. But all along you can see he started coming back and getting wins. Now, of course, you're not going to know who his opponents were, because Kash Ali is not an elite fighter. But we had to keep in mind that Joe Joyce is not either. But when you look at Kash Ali weighing, hold on, weighing in the 230s, opposed to his last fight where he weighed 253. That tells you that Kash Ali took the Joe Joyce fight very serious, because this is an opportunity for Kash Ali to put his name in the mix of all of the big time heavyweights. Now, it won't be easy, okay? But at the same time, if Joe Joyce is slower than normal, if he fatigues quicker than normal, and if his punch resistance is truly gone, Kash Ali has the opportunity of a lifetime. And you can see this guy right here get in there with our beloved Joe Joyce, who I'm calling Hungry Joe, and get a serious victory. And you could see Kash Ali fighting over there in Saudi Arabia. Now let me explain something to you about Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is rumored has made around $20 million in the sport of boxing. So Joe Joyce seems to be quite comfortable. Now I don't know if that 20 million is spot on, but I was thinking more between like a 4 or 5 to $10 million range. But bottom line is, Joe Joyce has a nice little nest egg set aside already, and maybe he has acquired and succumbed to the silk pajama syndrome a bit prematurely. But we got to keep something into consideration here when we talk about Joe Joyce. I'm going to show you right now. I think people forget what I'm about to show you when it comes to Joe Joyce. I think people forget. I'm pulling it up right now. Here we go. I think people forget that Joe Joyce is 38 years old, turned pro late, and he has taken a lot of damage in sparring and in professional matches. Like, his best defense was his chin, and that's all the defense that he had. His ability to accept punishment and persevere through those hailstorms. But we're going to find out tomorrow just what Joe Joyce has left. Because for me, like, it would blow my mind if Joe Joyce was to lose to a guy like Kash Ali, because that's just not supposed to happen. Joe Joyce should be out there fighting in Saudi and making big money. But there's a chance all of that can be permanently derailed because he chose to come into the ring at 286 pounds. Now, what I will tell you is there's so many rumors going on in the heavyweight division when it comes to which heavyweight is going to fight who. You know, Deontay Wilder is looking for an opponent. Dillian White has a comeback fight, but he's going to be looking for someone. Anthony Joshua's looking for someone. We know what his target is, and I think Eddie Hearn I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie Hearn, like I said in other videos, gets AJ to face the winner of Usyk Fury. But the bottom line is there's a lot of moving pieces. But I did see, just like Anthony Joshua has a lot of options, looks like Deontay Wilder has some options. If Joyce can get past Kash Ali, it has also been circulating that they may push for Joe Joyce to face a guy like Deontay Wilder. And that could be the kind of win that Joe Joyce needs to really get back in the running with the other heavyweights who are trying to work their way up. And I would even say this to a Joseph Parker, to an Anthony Joshua, to a Usyk, a Tyson Fury. But that being said, Joe Joyce, Hungry Joe, you can just look in his face and see that the man has chose to represent the mashed potatoes and marshmallows and not the muscle. Because he definitely looks like a man who didn't take his diet seriously, who didn't train hard, and who maybe just doesn't really have the desire to do this anymore. But the money's so good that he's just showing up for the paydays. And I tell you what, when he gets in that ring with Kash Ali, who, in my opinion, has taken this fight very seriously, I think Joe Joyce is going to get the reality check, and Kash Ali may retire him tomorrow. And we're going to find out if Joe Joyce is suffering from silk pajama syndrome. That being said, y'all keep cool. If Joe Joyce does win tomorrow, but he looks less than stellar, I still think he needs to take on another C-level opponent. And I'll even say this, and he shouldn't get in the ring with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder didn't take any damage from Parker. He just didn't do anything. But if you get an active Deontay Wilder in there with a Joe Joyce, Hungry Joe, who wants to come in the ring at almost 290 effing pounds, I think Deontay Wilder tranquilizes him. Because Joe Joyce, he has no defense. So Wilder's going to hit him. And we need to also remember, Zhilei Zhang came in the fight 291 pounds against Joseph Parker. and a fight which he was winning. And then he just didn't have enough gas in the tank because Zhilei Zhang decided he was going to go after the mashed potato and marshmallow and not really try to represent the muscle man. As a result, Zhilei Zhang just couldn't push down the stretch, and he just got outpointed. And I have a feeling that could be what we see tomorrow. The downside is Joe Joyce will be getting outpointed and possibly knocked out by someone who isn't anywhere near the level or has the potential of a Joe Joyce. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.